The gloves are off, folks. We've been warning about this for many years now, and the digital ID is coming. Labour have skipped over the voluntary bit because there were lots of whispers that it was going to be a voluntary thing to begin with. They've gone straight in with the mandatory. So you must have a digital ID. That's what they're saying, to control immigration. Right? So the first thing is the media. The media will parrot the government. They're all paid by the same people. And it's going to be about immigration. It's all about immigration, you see. We're going to stop the boats coming. We're going to stop people working illegally. No. No boats are going to be stopped. No one's going to be stopped from working illegally. That's not what this is about. It has absolutely nothing to do with migration, migrants, boats, illegal workers, absolutely nothing. This is step one towards an agenda. We've said it before, time and time again. Step one is the ID. Step two is CBDC. Step three, abolish cash. Step four, social credit system, and you lose your entire freedom, liberty, and privacy to the state. It's all gone. Everything that you've ever held dear is now under the control of the state. That's why I've done this piece in front of the British flag, because this is not British at all. This is, you can call it fascism. You can call it what you will. It is a totalitarian power grab by the state over the individual. And we've got to fight this. Now, when they say mandatory, it doesn't bother me. I'm self-employed, Cole's self-employed. During the scamdemic, there were lots of mandatory things that were brought out that people didn't go along with, myself included. So I'll fight this on an individual level, but we need to fight it as a collective. We need to sign all those petitions. We need the biggest parliamentary petition there has ever been. A lot of people say, they don't make any difference. They will create news stories. They will create a groundswell of coverage that negates all these supposed polls that are coming out. And so you've got people like YouGov, More in Common, that will tell you that most people support digital ID. That may be the case, but it's not quite the figures that they're going to be coming out with. Again, the same people that fund the politicians, the political parties, the media. If you look at who funds organisations like More in Common, polling organisation, it is people like European Climate Foundation, and lo and behold, these pollsters always find a way to push net zero. And one of the motives, one of the arguments that they'll use further down the line for social credit system is net zero. Some of you may be aware that Sadiq Khan, another globalist actor, chairs the C40 Cities Initiative that wants to conduct a series of climate interventions. So for them, the way they're selling it is around net zero. So yeah, they want people to stop eating meat, stop eating dairy. They want to restrict people to how many clothes they buy per year, how many times they can fly, one return flight every 3 years, no abolishing private vehicle ownership, that sort of thing. Those interventions, as that organisation frames it, can only be achieved by digital ID in a cashless society. So a central bank digital currency tied to your digital ID, which means basically that everything you buy goes through your ID. And CBDC can be programmed, and it can restrict what you buy, where you travel, how you travel. So this is all really scary if you know what the real agenda is. So step one, which is the ID, we have got to fight this in whatever way you can. It will be easy at first to just say, no, I'm not having one. But they will make it hard. I don't know exactly what methods they're going to use, but I strongly suspect a little bit further down the line, you'll need to use the ID to access more and more things. So you won't be able to get medical services, etc., because you'll need the ID. It'll block you out of various parts of society. A little bit like the vaccine passports. Remember, during the scamdemic, they said that. Well, initially, the government said that we're not going to do it. We're not going to introduce vaccine passports. And at the time, we said yes, they will. And 6 months later, they did. And people who weren't vaccinated couldn't go to concerts or football matches, things like that. And this is exactly what this digital ID is intended to do for people who have been a little bit naughty, maybe, posted something online, said something that's negative towards the state, ate a little bit too much meat and not enough bugs in a particular week. You're cut off. You can't come in. No entry because your card's not working. That's the dystopian 1984 Orwellian society that they want to implement further down the line. So, yeah, this is the fight of our lives now. And some of you will notice that the flag's upside down. Of course, the flag's upside down. It's in distress. This is not the British way. We rejected fascism in the 1930s and the 1940s. Many people died to stop fascists coming over and telling British people to present their papers. We had ID cards, yes, in World War II, but they were binned after World War II. We're not in wartime now. We're not at war. And it's not about immigration. This is about an agenda that's driven by people like Tony Blair and his foundation, who are all linked to the World Economic Forum, and they are rolling out these digital IDs at various stages across the West. So I thank everyone who has changed their minds about this in the last few years, who have seen the light, and we need you to be on board. We need every single one of you to be on board to resist this. This could be the tipping point. This could be the end of Starmer. We can make it happen, but we've got to really really, really work hard. We've got to get those profile pictures up, no to ID, get the hashtags going, sign the petitions, go on the demonstrations, share, share, comment, drive, not bin the Labour Party stuff, Big Brother watch, Rupert Lowe, all the politicians and the groups that are opposed to this, get out there, follow these people and share their stuff and spread the message. We've got to show everyone that there's a groundswell of opposition to this. That's what I mean. So on the petitions, you think that might make a difference? They show the powers that be, they show others that they're not alone. You are not alone. So many people out there that are opposed to this for the right reasons. They will sell it as immigration. They'll sell it as convenience. Yeah, all your documents will be in one place. It will be so simple and easy. Yeah, until the day that you can't buy a steak anymore because you've eaten too much meat. That's where we're heading. And yeah, we've been accused of the old tinfoil hat wearing many, many, many times in the past, and we have been proven right every single time. And we'll be proven right again. But we don't want to be proven right because we want this to stop now. Digital ID, line in the sand, no more. We don't want it. We don't want Starmer. We don't want Labour. We don't want to live like this. This is our country. It's not Starmer's anymore. He's given up that right. He's declared war on us in many, many ways. But this one is the most insidious because we value freedom and liberty and privacy and identity, our identity as individuals. We're names, we're not numbers, we're not barcodes, we're not QR codes. We're individuals, we're British, we're proud, we're hanging the flags on the lampposts, and we don't care if you call us far right. This is not about left and right. This is about what's right. So let's fight this as one.